The narrowing, when possibility becomes proximity. For most of the investigation, the question was who? Who could do this? Who might know something? Who had disappeared into the margins? By episode 10, that question begins to change. It becomes where, because when patterns tighten, distance collapses, and the case begins to narrow. The consequences of the signal, the response to the signal altered everything. Not because it revealed a name, not because it exposed a location, but because it confirmed something investigators could no longer ignore. The offender was close enough to respond quickly, close enough to monitor changes in real time, close enough to feel ownership over the narrative. This was no longer a distant presence. It was local. Rebuilding the map, investigators returned to the geography, not the crime scenes, the movements. They overlaid locations of public briefings, media offices, libraries and internet access points, transit corridors, the two symbolic sites. When walking time analysis was reapplied, not from crime scenes but from information sources, a smaller shape emerged. A radius, not miles wide, minutes. The walking zone. Analysts identified what they called the walking zone, a compact area where anonymous messages originated, corrections were sent, surveillance footage overlapped. The same unremarkable figure appeared repeatedly. It wasn't one address. It was a routine, a life structured around predictability. This person didn't travel to the case, one investigator noted. The case traveled with him. The ordinary cover. Investigators began focusing on a category long ignored, the reliably ordinary. No criminal history, no erratic behavior, no dramatic changes. The profile now favored someone who blended perfectly, someone who attended public events without standing out, someone who could leave without being noticed, someone who knew when not to speak. The narrowing was no longer about suspects. It was about absence of suspicion. The camera review. Thousands of hours of footage were reprocessed. Not for faces, for habits, arrival times, exit patterns, where people stood, what they watched. One pattern repeated. A man who never stayed centered, never lingered too long, never crossed barriers, always near exits, always watching reactions, not speakers. A name without a face. Investigators attached a placeholder, not a suspect, a label. Subject Echo. Echo wasn't a person yet. It was a convergence, behavior, proximity, timing. For the first time, the case had a gravity point. The danger of closeness. As the radius tightened, concern grew. This was no longer a historical review. It was an active situation. The offender had responded before. What would he do if he sensed attention turning inward? Analysts warned of two possibilities: withdrawal or disruption. Neither was predictable. The families are notified. Families were informed again, carefully, deliberately. There was movement. There was progress. There were no guarantees. Some families felt hope for the first time in years. Others felt dread. One mother said quietly, "If you're getting closer, then he knows it too." No one contradicted her. The unexpected adjustment. Then something changed. Anonymous corrections stopped. No messages, no emails, no contact. The silence was immediate and complete. For investigators, that silence meant only one thing. The narrowing had been noticed. The realization, the final realization of episode 10 is the most sobering yet. The offender was never hiding from discovery. He was managing distance, and that distance was now shrinking faster than he expected. The narrowing wasn't closing in on him physically. It was closing in on his control. A smaller world. By the end of episode 10, the case occupies less space. Fewer locations, fewer possibilities, fewer assumptions. But the danger has grown. Because when a story becomes smaller, every move matters more. Episode 11. The Interruption. Coming next.